Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly psychic tarot reading. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. So this reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. I'll take that. 2 cards wanting to come out in that spot. All right. Let's get to it, Scorpio. For the month of May, Scorpio, wow. The overall energy of the month of May is the Wheel of Fortune upright. This is, wow, the energy of luck, the energy of fortune on your side, things becoming easier. Feels like doors that were closed are opening. It feels like where there was once some type of block of flow, now there's flow. This feels wonderful. It feels liberating. It feels like relief. It looks like you in the month of May there's someone that you've lost interest in, a relationship that you've, it just doesn't have the same effect. It feels like it's just not working. Something isn't working, emotionally especially. And it feels like you're detaching from someone and moving to calmer waters. Might be, getting out of a grief. It feels like you moving on, the more that you do towards moving towards what you want, it helps with your healing. It helps you let go of whatever this is. There's been this energy in the month of May. It feels like you have been exploring this energy of afraid to make a move, afraid to take action, a lot of fear. It feels like before the month of May, it was hard to make moves. Something shifts and the door's opening. It's like a shift of direction. Feels like suddenly you start taking action. You start making moves towards what you would prefer. Something clears up in your desires. It feels like you've been in your emotions. Feels like it's hard to make moves because of the emotions, the intense emotions. It's like so much water that fire is burnt out. And something shifts in the month of May, and you get that spark back, and you have the energy, and it feels like the universe is at your back. It feels like things get really easy once you make these moves. Wow. All right, Scorpio. The hidden blessings is the 2 of Pentacles. You're making a different choice. That's where the hidden blessing. It feels like something happens internally with you in the month of May, Scorpio. You shift and you start making moves in a new direction, and that shifts all your energy, shifts your focus, it shifts what you think about, and it shifts what your desires are. It allows new energy to come in with whatever the shift is. It feels like it might be a shift, a move, something different in your physical environment or around your money, finances. Could be all of the above. It feels like once you make a choice in a direction that you would prefer, then you let go of whatever was exhausting you, whatever was depleting you, whatever was holding you back. And suddenly you have energy. It feels like whatever decision you're moving away from, whatever it is that you're moving away from, it feels like there's nothing there for you. It feels like there's it feels like it's an emotionally sad place. It feels like there's nothing new there. There's nothing new to learn in that energy. And so by making a decision, choosing something you would prefer better, then life gets so much easier. So much easier. The flow happens. Okay. What you're leaving behind, Scorpio, in the month of May is the Star in reverse. You're leaving, oh wow. What you're leaving behind is hopelessness and despair. This is some of the toughest energies hopelessness and despair have this way of kind of sucking you in, making you feel comfortable in the hopelessness and despair. The hopelessness and despair wraps around you, and it tells you lies like, you've always been this way. You've never been happy. You'll never be happy again. No one loves you. This is how you always have felt, and you always will feel. I mean, it's very seductive. It has this quality of giving into the beliefs, of sucking you in, of just giving up, of surrendering, not in a good way, of believing that in this energy. So it looks like you're leaving all that very toxic energy. It looks like that you've learned how to be in those energies, how to feel despair and hopelessness, how to feel like everything is lost and there's nothing for you, and then to find the light again, to find your alignment. I think once you consciously are like, wow, this does feel like despair, this feels like hopelessness. Where do I feel hopelessness and despair the most? I'm kind of feeling it right now between my shoulder blades, like in the back. So it feels like it's in the back of my heart space. Makes it hard to take a full breath. Brings up a lot of fear, a lot of feeling alone, feeling isolated, feeling like I'm the only person who's ever felt this way, feeling like nobody cares. Those are more the lies. So the more I'm willing to, what's interesting, so psychically, despair and hopelessness have a very dark, dense quality about them. It's kind of like I'm seeing this as a dark, dense, cold energy. It feels kind of flowy. That's why it envelops you. And then as I'm tuning into it, it's not about raise your vibration, don't feel it. That just is spiritual bypassing. That is a fear response. I'm afraid of these feelings, instead of feeling into them, feeling right back into them, and seeing what this is, feeling, allowing yourself to feel these feelings. And as I'm watching, my light of my consciousness tunes into it, feeling it, and the light penetrates that energy, and it can't stay any longer. It shifts by your acknowledgement, by your feeling it. And then it abates because the energy itself doesn't want to be transformed. It is fear and hopelessness, and it must be important. Otherwise, we wouldn't have it on our journey here. And so the more conscious you are of it, the more you don't have a fear around it, then you can hold space for yourself when you are in these darkest periods. And bonus, you'll be able to hold space for others when they're in hopelessness and despair. You'll be able to sit with others and be like, wow, yeah, this feels like hopelessness and despair. How does it feel for you? So not trying to rush them out of there, not trying to, I'm afraid of these feelings. I'm just allowing the experience. It must be necessary. I'm feeling it, and not to have emotions scare you. It feels like the more you know, the more you recognize, the more you're conscious and aware, the less power that this energy has over you, and any energies like that, any emotional experience. Wow. Wow, Scorpio. This feels like a game changer. Honestly, if you are capable of holding space for yourself and others, no matter what the emotions, without having to leave, by being able to stay, it's very empowering type of lessons. Holy cow. All right, Scorpio, how to get the most of the month of May is temperance, balance. An alchemical response. That's what actually kind of what I was describing, is having the desperation and the hopelessness, and then having shifting the energy, being willing to add your light to it and shift hopelessness and despair into what you would prefer. You are turning base metals into gold. Holy crap. I love this reading. You are taking some of the most difficult emotions, human emotions, hopelessness, despair, all's lost, nothing left, and that dense energy's lead, and you're shifting it, transforming it through you into gold, into what you would prefer. I feel like I'm going to cry. It's that big. It's that powerful, this shift. And it feels like you are boy, this feels like such a specific message. You're a light being. You're a being of light in other dimensions, and you're remembering more and more how powerful you are. It looks like you have been exploring powerlessness and hopelessness and despair, a lot of denser energies. It feels like you are guided, and also it feels like you're in training, like a light worker, like a angel in training. Wow. All right, what's supporting you in the month of May, Scorpio? We have the Empress in reverse and Seven of Swords. Okay. What's supporting Scorpio in the month of May? It feels like turning something around. going from woundedness, from a mother wound. And it looks like, it feels like you're keeping this all to yourself. You're not telling people what you're going through or the transformation. So it's not that you can't communicate with others what you're going through. It feels like what's supporting you is can I get more cards? Okay. What's supporting Scorpio? There's been a lack of clarity and a lack of joy. Feels like you haven't been interested. It's hard to do anything. You haven't had the interest or energy since a breakup, since some type of split with somebody. And it feels like you haven't communicated, and there's a lack of transformation, a feeling of being stuck, not moving forward. And because it feels like you're still clinging to a relationship that is not happy, is not joyful, it feels like you are shifting out of that space of woundedness, of what is this? There's something about keeping your moves hidden. Strategy leads to your success, leads to your independence. There's something about keeping your moves to yourself right now in the month of May that's supporting you. It helps you move away from stuck energy. It feels like from separating from someone else and a lot of unhappiness. And it looks like you're strategizing and making hidden moves towards your success, towards your independence. Boy, there's a lot of different stories there, but let's keep moving, Scorpio. What to be mindful of in the month of May is the Five of Pentacles. This is rejection, neglect, abandonment, definitely some mother wounds here. It feels like one thing to be mindful of is that the difficulties, the sadness, are actually the key to your opening of those doors. The key to opening the door to that flow, to what you perceive as blocks, what it feels like your salvation is on the other side of these feelings of abandonment and rejection and neglect. So again, I'm getting feeling, allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling, allowing yourself to be present with how you are right now. That's what it is. You're no longer abandoning yourself. You're no longer abandoning your body, your emotions. It looks like in your family of origin, your mother wound was, it feels like when you were in your emotions, you had parents, mother who did not know how to self-regulate, and so uncomfortable emotions were punished and shamed, and you were rejected if you felt difficult emotions. So you never learned how to feel emotions. Actually, you were shamed, and so you felt shame and fear If you felt difficult emotions because you wouldn't get your needs met by your family of origin, you'd be seen as, maybe you were ostracized, maybe you were shunned, maybe they held their love and affection. Feels like you were trained away from your emotions. That's how your parents were taught as well. And so they didn't know what to do with emotions, so emotions are deemed as bad. And or there's good emotions and bad emotions. Instead of their emotions, their information, important information. And so it looks like you are taking back your body. You're no longer abandoning yourself. Feels like you internalized this way of being, this way of perceiving emotions. And so after you left your family of origin, you continued by internalizing that. And when you had difficult emotions that you were deemed bad emotions, like hopelessness, despair, rejection, abandonment, neglect, not getting your needs met, not fitting in, not feeling like you belong, a lack of belongingness, all of these and many more emotions, it feels like whenever you felt these emotions, then you would abandon your body, you would abandon yourself, you would numb out, distract yourself, disconnect, disassociate. I don't know what your specific, it feels like there's a lot of coping strategies to not feel your feelings. And now what you're mindful of is not to abandon yourself. When you're having emotions, check in every day. Maybe in the morning, maybe at night, maybe during the day, maybe set your alarm. And so you can just keep checking in. Hey, me, I'm not going to leave you. I know this is uncomfortable, but I'm here. And it's okay. We're going to get through this. And it's okay to feel these feelings. It is not only okay, it's necessary. Thank you for letting me feel these feelings. Thank you for communicating what's going on. I'm listening, and it's okay to feel this. So it feels like you're reestablishing a connection with your body. You are talking, you're reparenting yourself. Your parent wasn't able, weren't able to show you how to regulate your emotions, how to be okay with not being okay. And so it feels like by not numbing out, distracting, by not abandoning yourself, you are creating a deeper connection with your emotions and your body and your intuition. Wow. Holy cow. All right, Scorpio, that's your reading. I'm going to do an extended reading, take it over to Patreon, and look at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. We're basically halfway through the reading. So if you want to follow me over to Patreon, the link to the extended reading is in the description box below, and I'll meet you over there. Have a great month. Wow.